Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great day and is having a great week so far. It's been fantastic for me because, well, I have this week off. So I didn't do anything super fun today, but guess what? I didn't have to go to work today. So that was perfect. I did go on a shopping spree. It wasn't anything fun. It was my car inspection, and I had to get some things done to my pads and rotors on the front of my car, and something with my fuel injection system and with my brake fluid. So everything is great. My car is 10 years old. But the guy, when I was leaving, he was like, your car looks great. I mean, you keep it up. I was like, I know, it's 10 years old. I don't drive to work anymore because work from home. So, but he was like, you should go out and go shopping if you have the whole week off. I was like, this was my shopping. I'm not going to buy real shoes because I put shoes on my car. So that was that. But once again, listen, I wasn't at work. So that was good. Okay. So last night I did not watch Sister Wives, but I did watch it today. I caught up. So we're going to do a little snarky recap and rant. Okay. So David is coming over for dinner, and he's going to be meeting her son Peyton for the first time. We find out that now in the past, he said his David's sisters were in polygamy, and now they no longer are. I believe one of them had gotten divorced, and the other one, her husband had passed away. So they're both out of polygamy, and he doesn't want any parts of polygamy, which hooray and yay for Christine. So listen, they already have a date set for their marriage. I was going to say for their birthday. They already have a date set for October for their wedding, even though they're not engaged yet. Which I don't know. I still think that's a little odd. But David said that he did ask Christine's father for his blessing, and the father was like, heck yeah, go ahead, marry Christine. I think he said marry Chris. Yes. Cody, now listen, Cody says that he doesn't know anything about Christine's dating life. He doesn't want to know the status. I don't buy that. I think he's just as big a gossip as any of the other women, as the women, if not more of a gossip. A little diet Coke. A little Diet Coke today, so let's get it. A little bubbly. I cannot wait to get this done on Saturday. This is getting done. Okay. Cody also says he could never be in, like, he's in a very good place with Mary. He could never be in a good place with Christine just because of her betrayal. Someone in the comments, please let me know what the betrayal was. Is it because she left him? Because listen, if shit isn't working, then if the marriage isn't working, then you don't got to stay in it. You don't have to stay in like a loveless marriage where it's apparent he didn't love her. He had come out in the past and said he married her out of obligation. He didn't love her. Why should she have to stay in a loveless marriage like that? But please, if there's more to the betrayal, let me know. And listen, all in all, I love that she has found this happiness that she didn't have before. The kids are like, it's a little quick. I would have to agree with the kids that it is a little quick. But I mean, I'm glad that she found somebody who makes her happy and somebody who's the complete opposite of Cody. Okay, so Cody is turning 55. And what is Cody doing for his 55th birthday? Well, he's feeling sorry for himself. He's throwing himself a party. It's a pity party. Invitation list 1. So listen to this. Now, he says he remembers 5 years ago looking back and hoping that 5 years in the future, he's going to be in plural marriage and everything's going to be great. And he was looking forward to the future of plural marriage. And now he's just, he's upset and he's sad that it didn't work out. And he's not living this dream that he had like 5 years ago. So he's upset that he's no longer in the plural marriage. Listen, I would think that after hearing him talk this whole season, that he would be happy because he didn't love Mary. He married Christine out of obligation because I guess her family is like polygamy royalty. And who knows why he married Janelle. I mean, it seems like the only one that he might have loved from the start was Robin. So why exactly are you upset again? I mean, he says himself, he's in a sweet, loving marriage with the sacred cow, Robin. He didn't say the sacred cow, but with Robin. And so you should be happy. You said yourself, why did you even marry Mary? Like, you didn't even want to be married to her. So what's that? Also, he says that he made a covenant with God. Listen, I'm gonna have you hold him to that, JC, because he says he made a covenant with God to be the loving father that he was in the past. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking. If you, like me, like myself, think that that's bullshit. My BS meter went right off on that one. I doubt that. Okay, so Christine and David, they go jewelry shopping. They go ring shopping, to be specific. Ring shopping for an engagement ring. But they are in fact not engaged. They are not engaged yet. So listen, I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be one of the most anticlimactic proposals of all time, of ever. I don't know. I think it's great they're going to be getting engaged, but I understand that you have to for where they're getting married, you have to lock that down well ahead of time. I don't know. I really feel like they should have just gotten engaged first. And Cody's saying that, well, the goal for her to get out for Christine to get out of our marriage was so she could go find her soulmate. Of course she wanted to find her soulmate. Is that the reason that she left, or her goal for getting out of it? Did she just wake up one day and was like, listen, I'm going to get out of this relationship, this marriage, because my goal is to find love with somebody else. She left that relationship because there was no love in it. And he was self-absorbed and he didn't give a shit about her. And her goal was to be happy. I think her goal in getting out of that was to find an independence and to find a happiness and to have joy again in her life and to eventually find love. So I don't think that was her main goal of getting out of that marriage. Janelle and Cody meet up for lunch. And Janelle, it's still weighing over her head. This payment is due on Coyote Pass. Every time she's brought it up to Cody, he has brushed it off. So she says, listen, she's getting all her ducks in a row. She's already contacted an attorney. If he pushes back against this, she's going to have to get him involved. honestly, she should have already gotten him involved, is what I'm thinking. So she's talking about, this balloon payment is due soon. And if we don't pay, then this is going to be seized. And he's like, listen, I know that this balloon payment is due. But he chose to be super petty, and he just doesn't want to. I understand that it's due, that we have to pay it, but I don't feel like doing Janelle any favors. But I'm aware that it needs paid. You ain't paying it because you probably don't have the money. But listen, you sure as shit got enough money to spend $2 million on a mansion for Robin. So there. He don't, and that's the thing. When she calls him self-absorbed, that is a perfect example. Like, he is just, his feelings were hurt. So he's just going to he's not going to think of anybody else but himself, because he's what? Self-absorbed. So then he really comes off with this look of like because she says something to him like, why don't you buy me out? And then he gets this real like surprised look of like, I thought that you were going to live on the land. And I never knew that we had broken up. Girl, I been sniffing glue, because you two have had this conversation. This conversation has been had that this is over between the two of you. I mean, now you're lying. And he's saying in the confessional, reconciling is just a pipe dream for both of us. No, it's not. You're the only one that wants to reconcile. You're the only one who wants to reconcile. We find out you want to reconcile because you want to try and build back your relationship with your kids. Reconciling with Janelle isn't going to do that. You don't speak to your children. You were an asshole to them during COVID. You don't reach out and talk to them anymore. If they're grown and they're not small children, you don't talk to them. Plus, another reason that you want to reconcile with Janelle is you want to try and grift her out of her money. You don't want her to. You want to keep her from going to the attorney and suing you. That's why you're looking at reconciling. And hell yeah, Kate, when Janelle was like, you might say that I'm this, but one characteristic that describes you, I'm sorry, I'm real burpy from this Diet Coke. One characteristic that describes you is self-absorbed. And he's like, have I always been this way? She's like, yeah, you have always been this way. Then she starts talking about Robin. Like, our lives revolved so much around Robin's house, and she didn't feel as important as maybe Robin was. And I don't have a lot in common with Robin. Robin got younger kids. I don't have anything in common with her. And that's when he started to get a little bit more upset, because don't you say a damn thing about Robin. She is the perfect woman. Don't you say anything about Robin. Now remember, before in the episode when Robin was trying to gaslight us into thinking that Cody is a good man and he really cares about the family and he's a good man. Listen, you're not gaslighting me into thinking he's a great guy. Because, listen, I'm still thinking about when he was talking about how he wants to get how he wants to get back with her. He's manipulating her to get back with him so he can try and fix his relationship with his kids. And he's manipulating her to get back with him so that she can stay in the land. But if she stays on the land, then they're just gonna move out. They're just gonna move out. So then she's left holding the bag with this land that she don't even want. You ain't gonna gaslight me, Robin. So in another state, Mary's birthday. It's Mary's birthday also. And the one thing she wanted the carriage house renovated, like the little separate house that she had that was like storage. Well, so she got an interior decorator and her best friend. They worked together and they renovated it. It looked beautiful. When she said, I sell clothes, I have a clothing line, I have a clothing shop online, I was like, are you still selling LuLaRoe? Because you still selling those musty, dusty leggings? And she is. She's still selling them. I didn't know that anybody was still selling those. I'm going to tell you, LuLaRoe, I think I still might have one of their sweatshirts, one of their hood sweatshirts. Back in the day, I'm going to tell you, I lived and breathed LuLaRoe. I loved LuLaRoe. I don't know why. I loved those. I loved the leggings. I didn't get any moldy ones. I loved the leggings. I loved the dresses. I loved all of it. And then I realized like what garbage individuals the presidents were. I can't even remember their names anymore. Wait, was it Deanne and Mark? Yeah. And if you watch that LuLaRoe documentary on, I think it's on Prime, maybe? Oh, She's still terrible. If you haven't watched it, I don't know what it's called, but I watched it, and let me tell you, or just go on to TikTok or go on to YouTube and type in LuLaRoe, and it'll pop up all these women that have lost money. It's crazy, but she's still selling it. Okay, good for you. I mean, it's garbage, but good for you. Anyways, as I say, it's garbage. I think it's garbage. I'm sorry. If you love it, then you love it. Some of their stuff is very comfortable. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, all in all, this just made me really happy because she had been working. She had known this was over a little while ago. So she had been working behind the scenes to like just get all her ducks in a row and just really working hard to make it all work for her. She's finally has something. She has her independence. She has something that's all hers that she worked to get, and it's not attached to the family. That's just hers. So now she's free. She has her independence, and she has people now in her life who love her and who want to be there. And she's like, I'm sitting at my table, and those people who don't like me, they don't have to sit at my table, but my friends are here to sit at my table. And I felt so happy for her. It reminded me of like, you know, whenever you moved out into your very first apartment and you're maybe all by yourself and you maybe went into your kitchen and for the first time just made like, I don't know, like a peanut butter jelly sandwich or you know, you had a bowl of cereal or something and it was yours and you felt so happy because it was all yours. And that's what I felt for her. I felt such joy and just joy for her and just proud of her that she was able to like build this new life for herself. And I love that. That was maybe my favorite scene of the whole thing. is just her sitting in her accomplishment and her new life and her freedom and her joy. And I loved it. And I loved it. Okay, so back to Cody and Janelle. So Janelle she's continuing on talking about like how she felt being in the marriage and being a sister wife with Robin. And she's talking about how she felt. This is how she felt. So when Janelle talks about how she feels, if it's about Robin, then she's playing the victim. So when he is crying then about how he feels bitter because he was betrayed, is that him playing the victim? Because listen, if that's Janelle playing the victim, then you damn better well put on that sash that says playing the victim, because Cody, you do it all the time. And in the confessional, Janelle was like, this is over, but I don't know how to proceed with not being married. I don't know what to do. But then she just answered it herself when she was like, I guess Mary went to the church and that worked out. Yeah, just go to the church, go to that church, say, I want released from this marriage. That's what you do. That's what you should do, because until then, like she said at first, anytime she talks to him, she's out, but there's that little tiny pull. She needs to actually go and talk and get out of it. I think because for her, she takes her religion very seriously. So for her, that religious bond is big for her. And I feel like if she goes and she talks to people of the church, then that is going to be the final thing that gets her free. That's what I think she should absolutely, maybe she wasn't ready before now, but I think she absolutely should do that. Now, I just put, please do not build on Coyote Pass, Janelle. Please don't. Please move on. And then Cody has nerve to ask, why didn't Maddie call to tell me that she had another baby? Okay, well, here's the thing. The last time that he talked to Maddie was when her last child was born. That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. The phone works in an odd way. When you pick it up, you can answer the phone and say hello, but you can also dial out and you can call somebody and you can talk to them. So if you heard that Maddie was pregnant or Maddie had a kid, you can call and say, hey, Maddie, congratulations. I heard I'm a grandfather again. I would love to come and see the baby. Or I'm sorry for how I acted. You know? I completely understand when she was like, I had a kid 3 years ago and he hasn't called me since. Why should I reach out? Right. That's exactly right. I mean, if he's not going to put anything into the relationship, you know, the desire to yourself go the distance and put any energy in is would not be high on my priority list. Okay. And he says, Cody says that the reason as to why the kids don't reach out to him, it's because jealousy and gossip. That's the reason why. Listen, the reason as to why they don't reach out and talk to you is because you are the reason why. The way that you acted towards them and the decisions you had to make during COVID that's on you. So there's that. Plus, they always felt like when compared to Robin and her kids, that they were less than. So that's how they felt. And that doesn't go on gossip or anything. That goes on how they were treated, and that goes on how they felt. And Janelle, and then he says that Janelle's trying to, because he seemed really pissed off that she was going to a lawyer. And he's like, Janelle is trying to screw me. Listen, you're saying Janelle's trying to screw you, but didn't you screw her by tying all her money up in Coyote Pass? And now you ain't even paying on it. Plus, you tied up the family's money in Robin's house. So Robin had a home. Meanwhile, here's Janelle staying out in a field in an RV. Robin got heat. Robin got a nice indoor toilet. She got a nice shower. She probably got a bathtub. She got a big kitchen. She got a big bed. She got all that. She got a whole bunch of running hot water. She didn't have to dump her toilet out in a field. So Cody says he feels betrayed all over again. And I was like, where's all these situations where he's betrayed? He feels betrayed because then they do a flashback of how when Christine decided she was going to leave him, that Janelle was giving Christine all of her support and empathy and all this sympathy. And so he was expecting for her to just be like, kick Christine to the curb and be a bitch to her. But listen, that's her sister wife. That's her friend. That's the one true friendship that came out of this. Janelle and Christine. So listen, in the comments, I can't stand that man. So in the comments, listen, let me know what you thought. If nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please take care of yourself. Be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Hydrate often with water, maybe with a Diet Coke in there. I got a little tiny shorty one. And also, if you're someplace where it's a dangerous situation, whether it be weather related or not, please be aware of your surroundings. Be mindful, be smart, be aware of your surroundings, and be safe. And know that Dolly and I are sending our love, prayers, thoughts, and all the positive energy that you need to get through it. I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.